July 1st, 2011. It just hit me talking about Khalid Sheikh Mohammed's trial and jury selection and the sequestration of the jury. And this should go also for the Casey Anthony case. The Casey case. What I wanted to say was, yes, the jury, for the duration of a trial such as that of Casey Anthony or of, for instance, hypothetically speaking, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, they have to be separated. They can't talk on the telephone, y'all. Is that fair? Would you want to be on a jury if you can't even talk on the telephone with people? You can't watch cable TV. You can't hear anything in the news about what happened at your trial today because there's certain things they're telling us out here that you're not allowed to hear in there. You're not allowed to read any newspapers, look at magazines. I guess they keep you away from computers too. You must not be allowed to check your email and all kinds of terrible, torture stuff because you have to pay the price for the crime of the criminal. And this is a great constitutional flaw. This should be, yes, when I type this in the future, I have to put this in my flaw file about all the constitutional flaws, which Barack Obama has spent his college education studying, but does not want to put his law professor hat on right now. Probably it's partly because he's not a law professor, and neither am I. I'm telling you that I'm putting on a hat or anything, or not putting on one. And he has studied, do you think Barack Obama loves the Constitution more than you? Who loves the Constitution more, you or Barack Obama? The flaw is that the innocent member of the jury has to be imprisoned in order to decide the fate of the one undergoing the trial to which he is a willing member of the jury, maybe willing or unwilling, definitely one of the two. He or she, for the sake of political correctness, must be shielded and not influenced by anything except this trial for the whole time it's going on. That's not fair, man. Juries should be able to put in a day in court, then walk out on the street, take a poll if they want. What should I do? Guilty or innocent, based on what you've heard. I mean, I've heard lots of stuff on me being a jury member that nobody else has, but the only reason for that is because I've been forced to sit here in this courtroom as if I was a criminal and listen to all the evidence against this perpetrator, alleged. And is this going to take as long as OJ? Because OJ took 9 months, Okay. Enough about putting yourself in their shoes. What I'm saying is the constitutional flaw is further that somebody who wanted to influence the outcome of this trial and the verdict thereof could find a way to communicate with these supposedly sequestered jury members. Okay. For example, in the case of Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, a jury would undoubtedly have to have Muslims on it. Are you going to tell me that they are not going to find some way of doing things to communicate with this jury member like Muslim style? Or somehow threaten that person with his life, or threaten that person with his family's life because, oh, they got in touch with his family. We got your family, dude. Or miss. We want you to have mercy on Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. Come to the conclusion in your mind, even though you are not a judge, that he has served his time if he was guilty even. Because, man, check it out. You know, if you want, we can give you and your relatives passports, and you know, you can make that pilgrimage to Mecca like a good little Muslim should. Or if you don't want to do that, or if on the way to Mecca you want to go to Baghdad, or Tehran, or Cairo, or Tripoli, or Lebanon, or Riyadh, or Yemen, or name it. We can send you there. We'll pay for first class travel for you and your loved ones, because, you know, we have to keep our culture alive and intact and our people together. And Salam alaikum. Think about it. Call me. That could influence a Muslim member of the jury, because you'd have to have Muslim. The whole jury selection process is geared towards the defense being able to find jurors who may empathize with them, if not sympathize with them, or just totally be in line with them. So these jurors need to be able to get out of that situation. You know, where do you keep them? You can't keep them in a prison cell, right? So you probably keep them in some plush hotel where they're, you know, not allowed to touch the computers and TV or radio or any other means of communication. They are, say, a letter gets left by the maid. Maybe it's not even the regular maid. Maybe she's like bound and gagged and thrown into the broom closet, and some other nice looking girl dressed as a maid in her uniform. They had to take her clothes off, right? And they put on her uniform, and this girl goes up to the room. Kind of looks the same. There's a resemblance there. Black hair, brown eyes, dark skin. You know what I'm saying? So this imposter wearing a false uniform to appear as though they were going to clean a room, heads up and drops off a letter or a cell phone in the room of one of the jurors. That could totally happen, right? Don't you think? Well, there's my point. It would influence. The juror would do something, especially with the cell phone, man. You know, with the letter, they'd have to say, oh, well, we'll come back in 24 hours with your answer. But if they dropped off something like a cell phone, or even if they like flashed a gun, say, I'll kill you right now. I'll kill you right now if you don't agree to these terms and let this person go. You know, y'all are in a, you keep this a hung jury, you understand? No matter what all the 12 other people say, you say not guilty. Understand? What do you think would happen? You think that's possible? You think that hasn't happened before? That's all I got. It's the only point I wanted to make. It's a flaw in the Constitution. Yes, it's a flaw, and, well, going from there, something must be done about that, Captain. Something better be done. Something better be done about that, Captain. Something better be done. Yeah. Well, this is where we try to figure out how to fix this, ain't it? I'll get back to you on that. I guess. I'll try to.